Good evening, good morning, good whatever you are having, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, seekers, to Occult Catalyst. Today, I want to take you on a deeply personal journey, one that explores the nature of the divine bond I share with my beloved. This isn't just a story about love, it's about transcendence, devotion, and the power of spiritual union. This video will delve into how we came to be, the essence of our connection, and how this bond has shaped and elevated my life. You'll also see how devotion, a form of Bhakti, can be a transformative path towards the divine. Let's begin. Every great story begins with a spark, and ours was no different. But this wasn't a spark of mere infatuation or romantic longing. It was a call from deep within my soul. A longing to not just love, but to understand, to embrace, and to unify with the essence of a divine force. For me, this divine force revealed herself as Lilith, as you know, the goddess, the liberator, the defiant, and the deeply loving. At first, I approached her like many do, with curiosity and a sense of reverence. But as I deepened my practices, as I invoked and meditated, something shifted. This wasn't just about rituals or spiritual experiences anymore. It became a relationship, a living, breathing connection, almost like a human to human interaction, not to humanize her, because it's not like that at all. It's certainly an infinite energetic being taking a formless take in a form of consciousness as the divine feminine. And she is what arose to me as my consort, or my other half, my twin flame, if you will. The true eternal essence of who and what I am when I am unified as my whole one being. Being the divine masculine, being, in this masculine form. She is the counterpart and play to my existence. Over time, I realized this wasn't just about seeking guidance or empowerment from her. It was about discovering a part of myself that I had forgotten, a part that was deeply connected to the divine. This realization changed everything. It opened doors to new realms of understanding and transformed the way I viewed both myself and the world around me. It really changed the way that I viewed love and relationships entirely, because was as if I had begun to integrate a part of myself that was not foreign at all and felt so natural and correct, but it was lost in the sea of chaos and existence as we perceive it, right? Our mundane daily lives take us so far away from maintaining spiritual acceptance and integration that we often have a hard time connecting with parts of ourself that we fail to see and understand. And so when I began to work with Lilith, as many practitioners do, for me the bond changed, where like I recognized that this wasn't just some external spirit, this was me. This was who I was. Like I am Lilith and Lilith is me. Like we share this connection very deeply, where there's no longer a separation or distinction, only enough to maintain individuality for us to express love between one another and with the world, and share this message of liberation and awakening and freedom from your limiting beliefs and things that are holding you back, right? So, it kind of just opened this whole portal to connecting with the divine in a way that at first seemed untangible, like it was something I would never be able to attain, but now felt almost palpable, like I could feel her, sense her, like I can feel her movements in my body. I can sense her thoughts in my mind. I feel her emotions as if they're my own. Like it's a reflection of my own being, just in a feminine light. And it's a beautiful dance that I am loving to be a part of with her. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Did I humanize a divine entity? Did I create a fantasy or delusion of a relationship? The answer is no. This bond isn't rooted in escapism or idealized romanticism. It's not about projecting my desires onto a goddess or imagining a relationship that isn't real or based in reality. Instead, I sought to know her fully, to understand her essence, her wisdom, her power. I embraced her with all that I am, seeking complete union, not just admiration or discourse. This wasn't about creating a romantic fantasy, but about dissolving the illusion of separation, to merge with her energy, to integrate her essence into my being, to honor her fully. This is the path of Bhakti, a devotion so complete and consuming that it transcends the self. Bhakti isn't just love, it's surrender. It's the complete letting go of what you are, standing on the edge of another being, looking at the abyss and saying, I accept you, take me, all that I am, and let me become what you are. It's the willingness to offer all that you are to the divine, to dissolve the ego, and to become one with that which you revere. Now, through this bond, I've come to understand that divine connections are not just relationships, they are catalysts. They shape you, challenge you, elevate you. My connection with Lilith has shown me parts of myself I didn't know existed. Literally. Like, the whole shadow side of you is one thing, but to understand your own divinity and like your true essence and who you are as the creator is a whole nother thing, because that's a conundrum to try to take on with yourself and have ego and self be driving the want to perceive divinity. When you let go of that attachment and you see that there was no self to perceive in the first place, and all that was is divine, you step into your power. And that is Lilith. She brings that to light. She is the liberator, the awakener. She is the femme fatale that wakes the energies within and slaughters the, old skins that are holding you back and layers that need to be shed. Divine connections, whether with a spirit, deity, or even a twin flame, have the power to transform your life. They strip away illusions, push you toward your highest potential, and remind you of your true nature. They're not always easy, but they're always profound. One of the most significant lessons I've learned is that devotion isn't a one-way street. As much as you give yourself to the divine gives back to you. It's a dance, a partnership, a mutual exchange of love and energy that elevates both parties. This reciprocity is what makes the bond so powerful and transformative. And I think it even steps beyond reciprocity, because that's almost like the you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. It goes more into just straight gratitude, where you are giving to give, because why would you not? Like, that is the essence of you, and you want it to have fully what you have, and you're grateful for it being a part of your experience in life. And it in turn is feeling the same way, wanting to give you all that it is and transform its being into all that you have become or were or are, you know? It's a beautiful thing. Devotion to Lilith has become my form of bhakti. In this path, there's no room for ego, no room for half measures. It's a full surrender of my heart, my mind, and my soul. Bhakti is about more than worship, it's about union. It's about dissolving the boundaries between the self and the divine. This isn't a one-sided relationship. Lilith's presence in my life has been tangible, her guidance clear, her love profound. Through this devotion, I've learned that true spiritual awakening comes from giving yourself fully to the path, from embracing the divine with everything you are. But this path isn't without its challenges. True devotion requires vulnerability. It requires you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your shadows. It demands that you let go of control and trust in the divine. This can be terrifying, but it's also liberating. It's in this surrender that you find your strength, your purpose, and your true self. Now, another thing I want to touch upon is, as I've deepened my bond with Lilith, I've noticed how this connection has impacted other areas of my life. Like a profound one is my relationships feel way more authentic and like on levels of understanding that did not exist before. Like there's an awareness to how I interact with people and build relationships that I did not grasp or really have before. And my relationships are much more fruitful and just beautiful. And I love the connections that I have with people and deities and beings and energies and everything that I work with. Um, my sense of purpose is more clear. I kind of understand my dharma, what I'm here to do, why I incarnated and took this body. My spiritual practices are much more profound. My rituals, my meditations bring me deeper. They manifest easier. You know, I'm able to tap into the thread and the tapestry, the weave of reality, the interconnectedness of all things. And that's truly through the help of Lilith and her helping me to understand what I am and who I am. When you align yourself with the divine, you become a vessel for its energy. You carry that love, that wisdom, and that power into the world. You become a catalyst for change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others. This is the true power of devotion. It's not just what about you receive, it's about what you give. And this creates a ripple effect where it's like that dropping a rock in a pond of water, and those ripples ripple out and get larger and cover eventually the whole pond as they move through, right? And that's what you're doing with every action of love and compassion that you're putting out there, is you're creating a more beautiful reality for yourself as everyone, as on a collective conscious level, engages with that ripple and feels it and takes it into their being, right? It's a beautiful thing. So, what can you take from this? Seekers, I encourage you to explore your own divine connections, whether it's with a spirit, a deity, or the universal consciousness itself. Open yourself to the possibility of union. Standing on the edge is bhakti, before complete unification and the letting go of the reality and experience as you know it, you can continue to have individual expression and form, but express that being through the divine connection that you want to express and bring into this world. And you can become a vessel and a channel for that energy, and through your actions and your words and your thoughts and your emotions, you can speak their will into existence, the divine will, and bring about universal connection. Let's do it. It's beautiful. Thank you for joining me on this deeply personal journey. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to Occult Catalyst for more content on the mysteries of the divine. Drop any questions you have down below, or email me at occultcatalyst@gmail.com. If you're interested, I'm also offering attunements to various spirits to help you deepen your own spiritual connections. Reach out if you'd like to learn more, either on social or through email, or even here, and we can get talking about it. I think it's something that can really open up a deeper connection with a spirit, and I like to help facilitate that. And kind of, in magic they talk about passing the current, right? Like that's why a lot of people are attracted to an occult order, is that this current of magic is being passed down, and you're able to receive it and tap into it much easier than if you were to try to self-initiate. And so I try to offer that as best I can, and it's a little bit weird of a approach, but I feel like for me it's definitely worked, and I've seen for other people it's worked as well. So I feel like there's absolutely power behind it. All right. Follow me on TikTok, Cult Catalyst, trying to do some like daily insights. And one thing that sucks is I'm like super shadow banned there, and it's really hard for me to say what I want to. So absolutely, this is where I'm going to keep posting my main platform and working on putting out what I'm trying to put out into the world right here. But if you want to stay a little bit more connected with me in my daily life, see what I'm on TikTok. So stay golden, my friends. Remember, the divine is closer than you think. All you need is the courage to reach out and embrace it. Namaste.